welcome to our reading for August 2018. Now, remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs and symbols ring for you and follow those thoughts, those feelings, those memories that you get to bring clarity to what you're wondering. We are all spiritual. We are all psychic, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time at the same pace. This could clarify the past, shed light into the future, or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. If you want a more in-depth look at your month, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign videos. And for a deeper look, check out the musical playlist that I add below. See if there's something personal for you in the music, in the lyrics, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I'll see you in a moment. Welcome to our reading for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Let's begin. Let's get clarity on the energies coming through in August 2018. Now, the random shuffle Pandora song that came through for Aries was Instant Karma, We All Shine On by John Lennon. I'll find that song and put it below for you guys. Now let's begin the reading. We're going to start with an animal card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We'll start with one card, clarity for Aries, energy coming through in August 2018. And we have the meerkat coming through. This is a cool card. This means you have support around you, or new support is coming through. New friendships are going to come into your world, new connections. This might also mean that you have to search for those connections, for a group of like-minded individuals, somebody else who shares interests that you have. Maybe you have different talents, different personalities, different skills, but somehow you work together. So maybe you're joining a group, joining a class, maybe you're starting a group, something local in your community. It could be to teach. I'm getting like a painting party, maybe something creative, maybe something spiritual, maybe a band. It's bringing other energies into your world and having harmony because they're all working together. So get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. So this could be friends, also family members, maybe somebody at work. It could be one person in particular, or it could be a big group. I feel like for some of you, it's therapy. So it could be like physical therapy, something at the gym. I keep seeing art. I keep seeing people painting. So maybe art therapy or musical therapy, something like that. But I feel like the right support is around you. Maybe you just need to search, maybe do a Google search, or I see like, I want to say like when you go to the post office and you see those flyers up, I want to say for like I clean houses or something like that. Maybe there's some helpful energy around you, or I'm even thinking like babysitting or something like that. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. Maybe it's having a night off and you find the right babysitter, or you find the right mentor or teacher for something that you're interested in. Maybe you're that teacher and you find the right student. I feel like it's somebody who keeps you on your toes. So let's see, get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Maybe you feel like others don't understand you, or I want to say, even like you recently had a spiritual growth spurt and all of a sudden your world looks different. It looks like a spectrum of different colors, and the support you had around you might not understand where you're coming from now. So maybe there is somebody new or a new group that you can bring into your world that has similar, I want to say values, maybe similar experiences as well. Maybe totally different experiences, but together you like I want to say break down some walls. You expose yourself a little bit, and I want to say come out of hiding, come out of the shadows. Maybe you were in the background before, and it takes a new approach to a situation or a person. Maybe you have to be in the spotlight a little bit. Maybe you have to speak. I want to say I see a podium or like a soapbox where you're speaking your opinion. Maybe others don't see where you're coming from, or maybe different opinions are good. You know, that's what keeps the world spinning. What makes everything work together. If everybody thought exactly alike, it would be pretty boring here. So let's see. Let's get clarity for Meerkat. We're going to move along to the vice versa tarot. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. I feel like trust comes over time, but you might meet somebody that you feel like you can just open up to, you know, so maybe trust comes right away, but I feel like something is earned here. So it's either with a story that you present or something that you something that you reveal about yourself that brings this trust, or maybe somebody else is revealing something else. All right, let's get clarity on Meerkat. And gorgeous. We have the Empress coming through. So she's extremely creative. I feel like the Empress is Mother Nature embodied. So she's like the big mama of the tarot. She is creativity. She is a nurturing energy. She is attentive to all of her children, her projects, her babies. She takes care of her surroundings. She makes everything around her beautiful. It could be a him as well, but I feel like it's definitely a feminine energy. She's very psychic. She's emotional, she's secure, she's smart, she's diligent, she's committed. She is amazing. So this could be a mother or a friend, a lover coming through for you that has some really good advice. I feel like she's extremely creative. She tends the garden, tends, I hear fruit. So maybe fruit, vegetables, maybe your diet is important. When I see this card, I see the rose. So I think of something passionate and something unfolding. There's also, I want to say an eagle or a hawk, something flying above the situation. So see the bigger picture in a situation. There's also the day and the night. And I feel like there's something ancient and innocent. So I want to say this could be somebody really young, but they're an old soul. You know, that could be you. You might not even have that much experience, but you flourish in everything you do. You still come through as being wise. So she looks like she's simple. She doesn't have to, I want to say she doesn't have to really show off to show her strength. She just is strength. So there's also a shield here in wood. It makes me think of working with wood, woodworking, carving, something like that. And there's a tiny bird here. So maybe something comes through a small message, like a text, something like that, you know, just a small, maybe a quote. I'm getting a quote, maybe an inspirational quote. Maybe that you see something on social media and that makes you reach out and connect to somebody in particular. That was really weird and specific. I also see fields of wheat. So I think of harvest time, abundance, and something in the stars. I feel like there's a destiny here. You're following one star. Maybe somebody's astrology chart is important. Maybe it's a composite chart, taking your wheel, somebody else's wheel, you know, your charts, putting them together and seeing the harmony of the relationship. It makes a new chart that is the dynamic of the relationship. So I also see you barefoot. So I want to say be grounded. You know, come back to earth with something. Maybe connect with Mother Nature. Go outside, sit on a rock, see how connecting to the earth restores and rejuvenates your energy. I want to say with you, be creative, Aries. Do something creative. Paint your walls, paint a picture, play some music, dance around the house, make something. Put your hands on something and create something. This could also be taking care of children as well, younger energies around you, nurturing something. But when you're nurturing this relationship, this person, or this area in your life, you're there for every growth spurt. You know, you're there on good days and bad days. I hear bullying. So maybe somebody around you is being bullied, or you feel like, you know, there's a bullying energy around you. I feel like the way through is with compassion. Be easy on that person, you know. Maybe they don't need advice. They just need to be heard. You know, it's not always bringing your 2 cents in or everything that you went through. Sometimes people just need to speak, and that is release. So maybe you're that person hearing somebody out, or somebody else is ready to hear you out. You're going to somebody else with, you know, you're going through something, you're speaking about your issues, but maybe you don't really want help or advice. You just want to be heard. So that's kind of interesting to come through for you. When I see the 3, I think of creativity. So be creative. You know, maybe be spontaneous. If you get the urge to make something, I'm even seeing a puzzle. So maybe just sit down with a family member or yourself and do something simple that's kind of meditative, like work on a puzzle, a crossword puzzle even. Maybe play a game with somebody. Put on some good music, even watch a movie. I want to say something animation that makes me think of anime. Maybe that's for somebody in particular. Let's see, let's get clarity from the Angel Tarot on Meerkat. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded individuals, and the Empress. If the Empress is somebody in particular in your world, I feel like she is very helpful. She will help you through something, or this is you helping somebody else get through something. I keep hearing art therapy, so maybe that's important for somebody. Clarity for Aries. And beautiful, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming through for Aries. So the only thing that stays consistent is that there's always going to be a change. There's always a new chapter. Sometimes we are below the horizon, sometimes we're in the dark, and sometimes we're on top of the game, you know? So it's how you approach this wheel. It's how you approach these changes that's important when this card comes through. It does mean there's a major transition coming through in your world in August. At least it's starting in August. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel like a new chapter. Here there's a water wheel. So something that's always spinning, working with nature. Maybe water is cleansing for you. I want to say go jump in the creek, jump in the ocean, jump in the lake, jump in the pool, take a nice long shower. I feel like water is beneficial for you, and water also makes me think of emotion. So let your emotions out. Don't bottle something up. Let it out, Aries. This is new beginnings, end of delays, and a change in direction that offers happiness. So if there were delays or like stops and starts or changes that happened that felt like, I mean, I'm getting like 3 steps back, 1 step forward, like you just weren't quite getting anywhere. Those hurdles are going to go away, and it's going to start to feel like you're going 3 steps forward and maybe 1 step back, you know, to take a look at where you went. But I feel like you're having more steps moving forward towards something. So take action, you know, move into something new. Go with the changes, adjust accordingly. We don't always grasp it right away in the beginning. Sometimes beginnings feel awkward. You know, they feel new. It feels different. You might be insecure about something, but just work through those changes within yourself or that relationship or that situation. This could be a new job coming through. When I see the wheel, I think of wheels. I actually think of the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune as having to do with transportation or a car. So maybe there's a new car or a new way to get to work or to get somewhere. The wheel is also Archangel Jeremiel. And when I see the 10, I think of the 1, the yang energy, the masculine energy, that moving forward energy, but it's protected with that 0. It's amplified with that 0 around it. So you have an extra oomph coming through to get something done. This is beautiful. So expect a new beginning, a new chapter to unfold. I want to say don't drudge up the past or expect to do something the way you always did it. This is going to require a new energy, a new approach, a new perspective, a new spectrum to come through for you. So beautiful. I also see like a country cottage. So maybe you're doing something in the country if you live in a city, taking a weekend off or going to visit somebody that lives in the country. Maybe you're sprucing up your own surroundings, maybe bringing some plants or some like nature energy into your home. If you live in a city, I feel like if some of you have a balcony or a porch, you're revamping that space. This could be going out in the garage, I want to say, and finding tools or finding things that you can get creative with. End of delays. If there was a no or a delay or a detour, it was meant to bring you in a new direction. So go with the flow when this card comes through. When I see the wheel, the easiest way to ride that wheel is not really at the ends over here. It's to crawl to the center. Find your own center. Be in the now. Connect with your own divine inner guidance system. Connect with God. Pray. Ask for a sign. You know, ask for answers to come through and then be open to how they come through. But I want to say ground yourself, center yourself, rebalance your scales. If something feels overwhelming, like if you have a wheel and it's heavy on one end, it's going to go pa-pum, pa-pum, pa-pump, you know, so you need to take that energy that's here that's causing a blockage and spread it out, move it around. I just thought of soldering with metal. You know, when you solder a piece of metal around to make like chainmail like this, all right, each of these pieces was once, you know, all right, quickly, because I feel like this is important. To make this, each of these spokes or each of these pieces needs to be the same size. So you take a dowel, you wrap it around the dowel, and then you cut them off. So now you have these C shapes. You take this C shape of silver or gold or whatever, and you give it tension like this until it holds on its own. And when you take the torch on this piece of metal, you don't just focus here on the seam, because what will happen is it will create a bubble. It creates too much heat in one area, and then you create a bubble, and it actually takes away metal in another area, and that area becomes weak. So the best way to get this perfect and strong on all sides is to take your torch, you put a little extra attention here, you know, but you move your torch around so that the metal is equal at all parts of this circle, and then it just washes away the seam. I hope that made sense to you guys, and I hope that was helpful. I know not all of you work with metal, but I feel like there's a weak link or a weak area or something, and you just need to see the whole perspective, spread something out so it's not spread too thin in one area or too overwhelming in one area. I hope that made sense. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Empress. These are both major arcana cards. This is a major change, a major creation and expansion coming into your world. So look for those around you that are there to support and help you out with these changes. It could be that you're doing it on your own and you have to find that support and that help in a different direction. Maybe down the road a little bit it comes through. So let's get one more card. Clarity for the Meerkat, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. Clarity for Aries. We're going to pull a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle. And Mystic Healer. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So there is healing energy coming through. There are miraculous solutions to a problem. There is a way through. It might be a really unique approach here. I see wisdom with the owl. I see somebody almost seeing in the dark. You're gaining a new awareness on a situation. This is healing energy that flows through you. I feel like it's you that's the healing energy in a situation to get through something. So pay attention to your thoughts. Be positive. Look for the blessings and the miracles and focus there. It's okay to see what wasn't working and what you need to change, but don't put too much energy on it. Change your energy around and see what is working. It makes me think of like the inventor. Sometimes you have to try something 1,000 different ways before it works. Once it works, you're good. So I want to say this could also be healing relationships or actually healing an injury. Maybe you had an injury or someone else had an injury. This is the right therapy, the right doctor. I hear a session. So maybe the right session that comes through, I'm thinking of Reiki. So maybe Reiki is really important. Maybe that's you interested in doing Reiki. You get a session and it's something you want to pursue and try. I feel like if that's you, you have a natural gift. But I also want to say you have to cleanse your energy. You have to be strong with your energy, and you have to be careful that you're not overwhelmed when you give. And when even you do a reading like this, maybe you do cards, you know, you give a lot to do a reading. You put a lot of spiritual energy into something, and you have to give back to yourself. You have to replenish your own energy, and I want to say put a bubble of protection. So maybe pray that your energy is protected, that you're grounded, that your energy is your own, and that you can take time to restore that energy when needed. Let you see this card. So Mystic Healer. Energy, healing energy flows through you. Inner and outer healing on all levels is occurring in your life. A situation, a relationship, or a physical challenge is being resolved. Have faith that it's happening. This is the time to find the source. This is the time to find the source of challenges. Transform inner grievances. Do it now. You no longer need to carry it with you. You are a healing force for others, even if you're not aware of it. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know there are I just thought of like a bartender, you know, someone like that, somebody that maybe a bartender, maybe a waitress or a waiter, or somebody that's involved with the public. It could just be you as a spontaneous stranger saying the right thing to the person at the right time that brings a healing energy, an aha moment in their world. There are times when the traveler stops off the path to search for the mystic healer. The healer instructs that everything in nature has an intrinsic ability to restore itself, and reminds you that you also have the powerful ability within you. For healing to occur on the outside, it's essential for healing to occur on the inner planes. To do this, meditate by visualizing a beautiful, vital future for yourself, and trust that recovery is on its way. Past life issues may be emerging in order to be released. Mystic healers are working with you to resolve emotional and physical challenges. Be patient and have faith that beneath the surface, all is well. Everything is coming out. I feel like something was bottled up. You're working through some issues, something that happened in the past. I'm getting fears as well, something that you were fearful of. You're going to gain clarity about, and you're going to face something head on and work through it and see how it wasn't so scary after all. All right, Aries, I hope this reading was helpful for you. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I'll see you soon. Bye.